Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back. We're going to talk about CGL hazards, commercial general liability. This is for the property and casualty test. This will hopefully help you out to determine what exactly commercial general liability is. And so when we're talking about the different hazards, okay, this is what businesses will have as far as why they need a commercial general liability policy. This is for third parties. Okay, so this is when you think about, like, for example, ABC company, and maybe they're a restaurant. Third parties are typically the customers. And what if they get injured, on the premises? And like a homeowner policy, it can be bodily injury and property damages. So some hazards you have in the CGL policy is a premises hazard, which is basically your slips and falls. This is when a customer may slip and fall, on a jar of pickles that was left. So you have some slips and falls hazards. You also have operation hazards. When you think about an operation hazard, think about a contractor. Maybe they come in to install electrical outlet under a cabinet, and then they ruin the cabinet. Again, it's bodily injury and property damage to a third party. Another hazard that you could have is a product and completed operations hazard. And this is a situation where, for example, the manufacturer manufactures a product, let's say strollers, and there are babies that are injured on this stroller. So that is a product type hazard that you can have. Now, when we're talking about, your different coverages here, you have your coverage A, which is bodily injury and property damage to a third party. Okay, just like in your homeowner policy, but now we're talking about a business. Your coverage B is personal injury and advertising. When I think about personal injury and advertising, I think about libel, slander, false arrest. Shopping centers definitely have that exposure. If they arrest someone and embarrass them, and this particular person didn't steal from them, and they sue them, that's personal injury. That's an example of that. Now, you also need to know what personal injury isn't. Most state tests will say, personal injury is definitely libel, slander, and false arrest, but it's not bodily injury. That's kind of a tricky question because that's under coverage A. It's not sexual harassment. That's a different coverage. That's employment practices. It's not something that they knowingly did or they intentionally did, or something that was before the infection, before the effective date. That's not personal injury. So when you know personal injury, know that it's not just libel, slander, and false arrest, but also know what it is not. Okay. And then you have coverage C. Coverage C is your medical payments to a third person. Maybe the business is not legally responsible, but someone like a customer does slip and fall on their premises. Okay. And because they're on their premises, usually you'll have a sublimit for this as well. That's like 1,000 per person. Okay. So these are your three main coverages that you see in CGL. Now, in our next video, we'll talk about how these CGL limits work. Okay. So before we do that, I do want to tell you that my material, okay, is found on this website, tdinsuranceexamprep.com. So if you need some help with any state that you're in, these materials will supplement your state information. It will give you the most tested questions, the most tested information, lots of PDF worksheets, videos, and cheat sheets. It's $97. You have 110-day access. And again, it supplements your state exam no matter what state that you're in. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next video.